Pride Week up there or something?
It's clam chowder week.
Clam chowder, okay.
Yeah. So we all get clams, and we do stupid things with them. Yeah, we let our hair down. That's once a year we act stupid. The rest of the time we're out here trying to get stupid people off of the frequency. You're stupid.
Hell, I hear him acting stupid every day.
Bless your heart up there. Y'all need to come down here and listen to Dixie.
Oh, yeah, Studio Mike.
From China.
Horse is a horse, of course. Unless the horse has a ham radio license, and then that must be a horse. And the horse is stupid.
Horse is stupid? Why do you say that for?
Because he's stupid. You want me to lie?
Well, what do you need to pick on a horse for? He's got a call sign.
Because it's in the Mr. Ed song. A horse is a horse, of course. So right away, you know it's going to get done.
Oh, you missed it, man. It was hilarious.
Of course, that's stupid.
Trail old thing.
They need to go get a signal somewhere.
4, 5, 6, 7. Secure America, over.
Kilo Delta 2 India Tango Whiskey.
Horse, you got to get out of here, horse. Because
Hey, horse, you get rid of your amplificator and your studio mic. Let me know. I take second hands for that. I need it.
Sit on that studio mic.
What are you talking about? This radio?
Yeah, you get rid of your station and get a new one. Let me know.
America.
I'm going to be straight up with you. I haven't seen anything new out there that I even like.
Yeah, okay, well, I need another station there.
Yeah, but I think my problem is I'm still geared in the old style analog radio. And, you know, companies like Sun and Avalon and a few others come off with these SDR radios. And I'm not quite sure how. It's a change, and I don't know if I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't like change neither. Neither do the dogs up here. They don't like anything new. They bark at it. But yeah, the old radios, you get comfortable with it. That's the best way to go. At least you know it's proven and it works. In your audio, you get SCR and stuff. You got to fiddle with it. And the flex, you'll be fiddling with it for 6 months.
Yeah, but don't do that fiddling in public during daylight.
I'm still fiddling with this thing. Yeah, I've had it for 40 years.
Fiddle, and you don't want to fiddle around.
There's some things about this thing I wish I was able to do. I was able to separate the two screens into two separate screens through two separate computers. I can't do that. I haven't figured that one out yet. They say you can do it, but I haven't figured it out. And then when it goes into off screen, you can't. There's the oscilloscope and the AF screens. You can't go into them separately to where they're the only thing on the screen. Or if you can, there's nothing in the owner's manual about how to do it.
Yeah, I've seen some YouTube videos of hams having 4 monitors hooked up onto the TVs, the HMDMI or whatever. Gives like the black and white, gray line and all that crap, and the weather. And they had 4 screens anyway, the Sunflex, and I thought, well, why have 4 when you can put it all on one?
Well, I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Well, they want to see the whole frequency spectrum, like on 40 or 80 meters, and all the slopes and the static and all that stuff. But some people's into that. I had too, but I got rid of it. I was getting RF. But your Yamaha, you have a Yamaha soundboard that you go through your radio, right?
Not anymore. I don't have anything. Neither with the 3000, nor with the 1200, nor with this radio have I ever had to put any kind of soundboard. This is straight stock microphone in the radio, and then the EQ on the radio is on, and then I've got it. Somebody gave me a bunch of measurements, and then I put them in there, and then I tweaked it to my voice.
Okay. I was going to say, how do you hook all that Yamaha soundboard up? That was my question, but you already answered it.
Oh, that's for receive. I come off. There's two audio jacks in the back of this radio they're not volume controlled. They're just straight audio at a real low voltage. And I run that into the one of the AF inputs in the Yamaha receiver, that amplifier. And then receiver A comes on the right channel, and receiver B comes on the left channel.
Yeah, I had a Hall that I hook up with some little subwoofers and stuff, but it gives you some false sense of security, when I'm out here doing something and got the radio on, got the speaker on the amplifier, but yeah, you'll hear stuff that's not so sometimes, and static and, all the garbage.
I did it for improved fidelity. I've always had something off of the audio of all radio just so I could improve. And I was always like, man, we spend all this money on these radios, and then I look at these amplifiers and these receivers and how good they sound and how crappy these things sound. So I got to experiment one day, and I was, well, wait a minute, man, that sounds pretty good. Next thing I know, I had been doing it ever since.
Yeah, maybe one day I can throw that into a studio mic and do it to my input of the Yamaha slider, and maybe things work out, but I don't know. I'll try that one day.
Oh, yeah, it's off right now. I'm listening to the little piece of shit speaker that Yazoo ripped me off for. I got there's supposed to be a YouTube video on one particular speaker, that there's a speaker that'll fit in this box but will improve the fidelity. It's a lot heavier than the speaker that's in it.
Yeah, I'm sure of that. The guitar store, I don't know if y'all have one down there around Atlanta or wherever, or Gainesville, but the guitar store's got pretty good XLR cables and USB cables and speakers and headphones and microphones and mic stands. I don't know if you ever checked that place out or not.
Oh, you're just discovering that? Oh, yeah, before the fire, I've got pictures of the station I had set up here at this house before the fire, and yeah, I had all kind of audio gear, and I'd been over there at I can't think of the guy's name. I used to know him really well, and I've seen him in ages. He also used to play drums. He'd come into a club with some of the bands. Oh, I can't think of the name, but he owned a music store down there. He used to give me pretty good deals on. He gave me good deals on that Elise audio process. Man, I do all kinds of things with audio with that thing.
Roger. WA4UDK Friday.
N4SDG. Oh, yeah, there's some things that I used to be able to do that I can't do with this anymore. And I don't know, as good as this thing sounds, why? You think I sound like crap? Well, this is what I sound like. I've heard recordings of it. This is what I sound like.
K3RSG.
Wow, man.
He's definitely not using a studio mic.
Hook that D104 up there.
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's one of them chicken
The
jokers.
infamous RFI magnet.
Well, yeah, put that D104 in that thing and let him give a little more tinny voice up there to Alex's direction.
Why would I do that?
Well, maybe Alex can hear different tones than I can, you know.
Well, we know the D104 that he prefers to use. That's for sure. He posted a picture of it here.
Yeah, that's the one, Alex. That's you know, you probably hear more fidelity out of that than I would. I'm closer.
I'm sure. I thought, if anything, his voice would be deeper, like a raspiness.
Yeah, you'll get the more of the punch up there in your direction in the brotherly love city where you're at than where I'm at. You know, he'll punch through all this garbage.
Oh, Alex! I'm on my D104.
Oh, my God, that sounds tinty.
There you go, UDK. You wanted the D104. There you go. We have the D104 sound. Right now, my radio is identifying itself as a 20. What is it? 20. A Cobra LTD 29 LTD Cobra Special. I'm gonna make this even worse. We'll have fun with this.
Yeah, he's got the audio punch through it there.
I'm telling you, man, I got the audio punch.
Tell him, horse.
Yeehaw! I got the audio punch like you never would believe.
Yeah, it's Mussolini. Yeah, you're coming right through all the QRM there.
And I touched the razor blade on, man.
Yeah, I could tell you used a razor blade on the head of that thing, but anyway, it's working.
Yeah, boy, I'm razor edge right now, boy. I don't know, what, 2400 or some shit.
Yeah, as far as a plug and play, that'll work. You don't have to adjust none of the audio stuff.
Oh my God, somebody got it right. Somebody's got to record that shit and put it on YouTube for eternity.
I hear a lot of blowing out there. Folks are talking to that
on
thing.
my radio. I'm going to have a long talk with this radio. I'm just going to have to sit down for a minute. It's identifying itself as a Cobra 29.
Well, I thought it was a Cobra 2000. Anyway, the tinny thing is working.
Cobra.
See, you got rid of all that bass and got all that tinny high side, and it just comes through all the garbage. That's what you need to use for DX, you know, instead of rag chewing, you know. I'm sure you know all that.
Are you telling me that I need to razor it up and get the D104 out when I need him round up all day thorough and get him in his place?
Yeah, when you're hollering out there CQ and all that stuff with all these studio mics, yeah, you'll come right through it. Yeah, that D104 punch right through it.
Yeah. I'm just almost embarrassed to put it on the radio. I put it on the radio one day. Oh, man, you sound great. What mic are you running? I said D104. Now all of a sudden everybody, hey, you sound like shit.
Oh, yeah, that's usually how it goes there, Horace.
I about fell out of a chair laughing.
They tell me I sound like that way all the time.
Casey and I'm Mike. What would you pay for a D104?
$40 at the most.
I'm just curious on some things like that. Thinking about buying used equipment, what would be a good, if the equipment is in good running and looks good, what would be a good price range to start off at trying to purchase something like that?
If the crystal head, is it a crystal or for sideband? You know, the good crystal ones I've seen up at Dayton, they went for like $40 to $60 with the side tier and the foot, you know, where you can touch it with your finger.
New aesthetic D104s, we can sell it for $600 on eBay.
Oh, wow, that's ridiculous. Well, I guess my question is, when you think about all ham gear, used ham gear, and it's all working condition, might have a scratch or something like that, but other than that, it's still working well. What is the starting price? 50% of the sale price when it was new, or what would you go by?
Well, what I've seen at Dayton, the bunch of them in a tub, little plastic tub, goes for $40.
Or if they're gold plated.
These is all Silver Eagle. Nothing special, no single sideband microphone, none of that, but the dual chicken chunker. And they had a lot of amplificators up there, went pretty cheap too.
So when you say cheap, Tony, what do you mean by that?
Well, the D104, that way you can squeeze it on the side. It's an amplificated bass, and you can punch it on the front with your fingers. And it had a round crystal microphone that was $40. He had a tub full of them, and he had some of the single sideband microphone for rag chewing and stuff. They went for like $60 to $90. But this is all silver. No gold, no night eagle, nothing like that.
Yeah, I kind of helped some Sonic Key out in the past, and I didn't know where to start with all this stuff because obviously my career started in '77 in the military with the radio, but nonetheless, all this equipment that came through all those years, I'm not familiar with it. And this individual had those kind of pieces of equipment, so I had to figure out something. What's the starting price? So what I did, I ended up taking the new price of it and then multiplied it by 0.5 or 0.6 cents, and well, actually 650 or 60%, and then try to sell it. It seemed like it sold, but then again, you got some ham vultures coming around wanting it for free.
Oh yeah, that comes, but I would go with the market price at the Ham Fest and go from there.
Well, that was another thing I thought was done was go to eBay, like you mentioned, but that $600 104, that throws your average out completely when you're dealing with something like that.
Well, I bought a Shure 444D ceramic microphone head, poly type resin microphone for like $30. So and it worked good, but anyway, it's amplified. Transistors all still work, but it all depends on the demand, you know.
Horace, what are your thoughts on that?
Studio mic.
No, I got one of those now, studio mic.
Where'd you go, Horace?
I don't know. I was trying to think about it because I ain't got no thoughts. That D104 looks pretty on the shelf.
Silver Eagles are going for $600 to $900 on eBay.
But what about the purchases of used equipment from the past? Some other equipment someone.
For what? The D104?
If it's a Yaesu or an Icon or whatever, but it's old, it's used, and it's in working condition. What is a good starting price to go with?
Oh, what? For a good used HF rig, $300.
$300?
Yeah, something like an old 120, 140, you know, I don't know, 757, you know, those are old rigs.
I knew. You don't buy used underwear, why would you buy a used ham radio?
That's right.
Why would you spend so much money to act like such a fool? Well, if anybody wanted to get in the hobby on a cheap route, says we'll buy something new, there's where your used radios can come in and at decent prices.
Roger that.
I'm on a budget. I learned this stuff.
Well, Mike, I showed a Heathkit HB 101. An HB 101 with a Silver Eagle microphone for $150. It took 6146B tubes, two of them, but $150.
You know what, used equipment, I would either go to a ham fest and buy from a reputable ham, or like a HRO that sells used equipment and they test everything they sell before they sell it.
Hey, Alex,
they found
a reputable ham.
I showed them it worked, but Heathkit 101, and they had two 6146B tubes for the final and a D104. You can't beat that. Of course, it drifts a little bit, but $150, somebody trying to get it into the hobby, that ain't bad.
They ain't fixed that drift.
Yeah, you can't even buy a microphone for that, hardly.
But you can get used Kenwood 2000s or 590s.
Tubes cost more than that.
$100.
Well, I think that's something I wouldn't buy is used tubes.
No, they were new. They were
rarity tubes, but then again, I don't know the history. I do know when I was at the Ham Fest here in Lawrence County, I was selling my friend's equipment to Silent Key, and this guy was hounding me big time for those tubes. He wanted to give me the best offer he could possibly do. Well, I found out later somebody came over to me. He says, "You got a rarity of a tube right there."
What tube is it?
Oh, geez, I got to go look in. Like I said, I didn't go through that stuff early in my career.
Roger, what did they say it was worth? For a living?
Yes, sir, I do. I do it for volunteer, and I do it for a living, or I did it for a living. And you're welcome, my services for the free country we live in.
Steal it from the military.
Thank you for your service.
Roger, Roger. And him. Anyhow, if one wanted to get into the old equipment, I was just kind of curious, what would be a good starting price? You know, people selling them and say, I really don't want to cheapen the sale here, but I can only give so much based on a round figure of a percentage of something that was new years ago or in today's value. So it's kind of I don't know which way to go other than looking on the internet, see what the average is, or just take a 50-60% cut on the new price and then offer that and see what they do.
Do you want vintage equipment or a new wave equipment?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Say it again.
He doesn't understand any of the questions. He doesn't. You're looking for bottom dollar starting price. Now I've just told you what kind of radios. You want to stay away from like the old 735s and the 730s and some of the older stuff. You were really, like I said, you had $300. And there's a glut on, if you look at eBay, if you look at QTH, if you look at it, there's such a glut of radios for sale right now, it's not even funny. So, there you go. It's worth more to me to keep what I got. I'd still like to have a pair of 3000 instead of a 1200 and a 3000. Yeah, boy. I can have that top end of the spectrum covered.
Yeah, buddy.
If you could get an estate sale, you might land some good vintage equipment.
I don't want any vintage equipment. I don't want any vintage equipment at all. I'm state of the art there, snitch.
Yeah, I ended up giving a local ham here around almost $200 for Drake TR4. Somebody told me I gave too much, but nonetheless, I wanted it in a sense, so I guess it just drove the.
Well, it depends on who's buying it and who's selling it. I know a guy I talked to that wanted my 1200. I just don't want to get rid of it. I don't know. I'm stupid, I guess. But he had all this stuff. We talked, and then he tried to Jew me down. But anyway, he's got one of them.
Yeah, I got rid of 2 radios already. ICOM 7300, wish I didn't, and also a Yaesu, and I can't remember the model number. It just didn't fit me. I just didn't feel comfortable with that UHF, VHF radio.
My 847?
No, that's not it. This was a newer one.
897? The little one?
Not really. I got so used to the FT7900. When I got that one, I thought I like this one better, so I ended up selling it. I have to go to a website and look at my receipt to find out what the model number was. Honestly, it's been so long.
No, I've got an 847. I use that thing for VHF. I mean, they don't make VHF, UHF base stations anymore. I don't know what's up with that, but they don't.
Yeah, they do.
What?
991 Alpha, I'm on one. UHF, VHF, C4FM, all the HF frequencies.
Yeah, but that's not a base station. That's a mobile radio.
Right, I got a Yaesu FT857D, but like you said, that's not a base station.
Yeah, like I said, I got an 847 sitting here. It's not a base station either. I ran 847 for years in the big truck.
KC9 Mike on the 10.
M4 SDG.
N4, KDX.
I'm here to get some water. I'll be back shortly. KC9 Mike.
Call it my base station.
What was your call sign? N4KNX? Okay, he won't be like that.
Who's going to be like that?
I didn't realize you were talking to me until nobody responded. It's Chris, Orris. We go through this once a week. N4KWX.
Oh, WX. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm burnt out, okay?
That makes 2 of us.
Why I can't remember somebody's call name today, and I can recall somebody's name and call of somebody I worked 50 years ago.
That's just a sign of being old.
I didn't realize old was going to kick in this soon, though.
Don't feel bad. I feel the same way.
Man, I tell you, you got a birthday coming up in, I don't know, about 10 days or so. No, I would swear I was 10, 15 years older than I am.
I don't know. I was listening to some girl talk today at work, and today was her 50th birthday, and she was all flustered about it. I thought to myself, damn.
Yeah, I ain't gonna get overly worried about it. I just wish my body would think it was about 15 years younger.
I don't know. There ain't nothing I can do about it. I'm retired. I'm going to enjoy it every day, and I'm going to do what I'm doing. That's what I like to do.
Yep, I don't blame you, man.
Sometimes I'll sit here and I listen to them jokers go back and forth and quirm each other all day long. Don't say a word.
I didn't even know it was all fired up till I seen it on the book, and I figured I'd come over here and see who was hollering at who.
Oh man, they were on fire a little while ago.
Yeah, it seems their Geritol all seems to wear off about 8:30 Central.
I don't know. I was fixing to call it quits, and I don't know, somebody said something. We actually had to talk about something without a bunch of shit. I don't know, is it time? I don't know, maybe I'm late.
Yeah, 7,200 never disappoints.
That's what she said.
Man, Joe had me rolling off of the chair earlier today.
Yeah, we were talking about amplifiers, that's all.
Let me tell you something, man. Them two got to talking, and the next thing you know, they weren't talking to each other. They were just talking, because one would start to talk, and then the other one would key right over top of him, and then he would stop, and then the other one would start, and then he'd key right on top of him, and I mean to tell you.
Go with ACOM amplifiers. They're the best.
Bless their heart.
And nobody cares. Why you come in there with that bullshit? Nobody cares. We're not talking about ACOM amplifiers right now.
He's writing a book.
You better get with the program there, ATF agent.
Category of amplifiers. They're simply the best.
Get with the program, ATF agent.
Hey, Oris, I forgot to ask you, you got any good information today to...
Secret agent, man. Where's my QRMer when I need it?
Giving you a number and taking away your name. Casey, that might.
I don't know. I didn't know. I did not receive my check. I mean, I told you how to PayPal it to me, and I have not seen anything at all. So I think you're fixing to get in trouble. It's called conspiracy to commit fraud. I suggest that you stop all activities immediately.
ATF?
In other words, that
What happened to Jimmy Hoffa?
communications with me. So one of these fat officers hit the road.
Cash App. We deal in
Can I talk on the phone?
What happened to Jimmy Hoffa?
He's buried underneath the goalpost at the Giant Stadium.
I heard he was in a drum.
He was vaporized when the car that they put him in was compacted.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not in the basement in the foundation of any baseball stadium. He was vaporized by the heat when he was compressed in that car.
As long as he wasn't ground up in any McDonald's hamburgers.
Somebody threw the switch and the QRMers are gone.
Yeah,
watch what you say.
And thank God the stupid person's gone. He sounds like he's a younger version of Bill, though, from Florida.
Well, at least they're not malicious. It appears.
And this is WB3ATF. But that stupid person sounds like a younger version of Bill.
Hey, Alex, you going to write that other chapter of the book, the second version, the second edition, called All the President's Men?
Yes. But maybe I should put all the men at 7,200.
Okay.
I was just thinking, Croaky, you ought not talk about your buddy Bill like that.
He loves Bill. Bill's okay.
Yeah.
He's looking for submarines.
Everybody needs a friend in Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
Down there in the canker store of Florida.
By the Air Force Base, he gets to meet all the sexy female pilots.
That's why he hangs around there.
There ain't no sexy female pilots. That is such a pilot. They're all dyke and wannabe boys.
Yeah, they're lesbians there, Horse. That's right.
They're all wannabe boys. Oh, I'm better. I love it. I'm better than men. I'm better than men. I'm better than men. So God sends the sissy boys, kicks their ass, and now they want to cry about it.
Yeah, they got more tattoos and nose rings than you got.
Well, I don't know about that.
Horace, what happened in your old state? They selected a man as Miss Maryland?
That would not surprise me in the least. Those idiots.
Yep, they chose a man as Miss Maryland. Unbelievable.
What is this world coming to? Where is Jackie Gleason at?
Donald Trump used to be the one running that. What the hell?
Jackie Gleason would have a field day with that.
Oh, yeah. So would Johnny Carson.
Yeah, I like him too. Or somebody said they want to jerk you hard, whoever that is out there. What's the matter with that guy?
Who knows?
I don't know. He definitely don't like Horace.
Not one. No, he loves me, man. I'm renting space in his head.
I mean, he does talk about you a lot.
I mean, he's got a fetish about me.
You got that D104 shined up, that's all. Well, you know how it goes. Bob him up.
Maybe he likes the D104.
Oh no! Now we got what laser pistol? This guy has been a quirmer on 7200, 3901, 3898, 30. What was that other stupid frequency? 3894.5. Oh yeah, this guy's been around a while. I thought they got you, dude. What are you doing there, laser pistol? I thought they got your ass. Haven't you learned?
He's attracted to smelly stuff. He loves you, Horace.
Well, that costs money.
He loves your voice.
Wow, I wish he would have gotten a recording of me earlier. He could have gotten me karaokeing Curtis Lowe. Wow. Damn, dude, you missed out.
Somebody in the background said they want Courtney Love, whoever that is.
I don't know. Laser Pistol's in there getting off, man. You hear him, man? I wonder if he's getting off to the rhythm of the sound of the laser pistol.
I barely hear him. I thought you done left, Corky. Didn't want to go to bed yet. Afraid you might miss something. Okay. I hear you. This is the zoo. I don't know. Maybe he'll tell you. Boris, what'd you do with Jeff? Corky wants to know.
I don't know. What do you mean, what did I want to do with Jeff? What does Corky care about Jeff anyway? Tell Corky I said mind your own fucking business. And I would appreciate it if you said it in those exact terms. Tell him to mind. Tell Kevin Spivey to mind his own fucking business.
I ain't going to use that vulgar language.
Well, man, you need to practice, man. You need to practice handling traffic. When somebody gives you a piece of traffic for you to handle it, you have to handle it word by word. Oh, so you're denying to pass my traffic.
I can't handle that dirty traffic there.
Thank you, 7-3.
He said he's not a dirty traffic kind of handler.
Oh, he's just not a traffic handling type operator.
He's been playing with his rubber Chinese doll with the vibrator.
Wow.
I tell you what, they got a better one than that there, Corky. They got the AI out there, real feel woman coming out. They make them in Japan.